So I want the audience to know more. We're about to look at your book. We're about to look at your merch. But before we do, could you give me give me some more information? What is Withheld Ambition? What is the story behind it?
Man, Withheld Ambition, man, it's really me giving you my life, right? Giving you like how I translated being in prison for that many years. I wanted you to see like it was a life going on inside prison. Like people think it's not life going on. I wanted you to see this is how I was coping with being there through the prose and the sonnets and different little ways of creating my own poetry. Also telling you short stories at the beginning of each chapter of different prisons I was in, how I felt going to that prison.
That's beautiful, man. So it's a mixture of like poetry, your experiences.
Yeah.
I took a look and the days were numbered in here, which is kind of like a very immersive
I wanted you to understand that like you look at like if I just flip to a random page, September 28th, 2007, it said I had 4,112 days in. I wanted the reader to feel that like, man, 4,112 days in, how would I feel? And I want you to read that. Do you read that poem like, whoa, that's how he felt that day. That's why a lot of my poems don't have titles. They have dates, because that day I can tell you exactly where I was, what cell I was in, who my cellmate was, because that feeling that day I captured it.
Yeah,
right.
100%. Man, that had to be such a to be able to translate that over to words, it has to be like, it's like a connection. Would you not say like your mind and your soul in a way is like, this is your experience, you're learning from it every single day. And then now it's like, it's a chance to, how you said, leave something for the next generation to see, or even like the youth growing up or more family is like, this is your experience and these are your lessons learned through life.
Yeah, because like I told you before we went on camera that my grandmother inspired me to write the book, and then a friend of mine challenged me to come with the title. But it was like, they got these stoops in the prison. You come down and they got these little areas where people throw away books. They get rid of books that they read and they just give them to the community, give them to the the inmates on the deck. You can walk up and there's be dictionaries out there, thesauruses, Bibles, Qurans, whatever you want to do, self-help books, real estate books. There's books out there.
Yeah.
So I went down there, you see poetry books, you might see Gwendolyn Brooks, you might see, like I say, Khalil Gibran. So I'm running to these books and I'm reading them. James Allen, Napoleon Hill, all these different people, right? 40 Year Olds Vow, whatever you want to name these books, they're out there. And I'm saying, wow, I'm reading books from guys who passed away in 1947. And it's inspiring me to think deeper.
Yeah.
I said, wouldn't I want to be a person if I can do it to leave that behind? Yeah. And like I say, it's kind of also inspired by my deceased mother, my grandmother, and my aunt. They can't see the potential. So it's kind of like, it's a thing I say, and you guys can run with this one. I used to say, you splash and spin. Meaning by that is, I'm splashing you right now with the game of life from my perspective. And I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna go and get in my car and we're gonna leave here. Whatever it does for you, it does for you. It's not up to me for you to take what I told you and to become something before my eyes. Because my grandmother, my aunt, my grandmother, and my grandfather, they didn't get to see me become the urban philosopher.
Yeah.
So that let me know that it's not up to me to see you grow. It's for me to plant the seed. It's gonna slide, man.
I see, and then the responsibility is, as people, it's like it's up to us to pick up that knowledge, and what we do with it is on us.
That's why that's like my motto at the end of my urban philosopher speeches. I give you the whole game. I tell you everything. Like Motivation Monday, I say whatever I say on that day, and then at the end of it, I say, figure that shit out, y'all, because I done gave you from my perspective. Now it's up to you to take with it what you will.
Yeah. It's really deep, especially within the human experience. And I've seen the highlighting that in the book. It's like about the human experience.
Yeah, it is. Because I feel like I'm still like a student of life every day. And like I say, I'm a student of the human condition. That's what I like to say.
Human condition.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I do that. I study people. I study myself. I study my conversations. I think we should do that. We should pay attention to what we're saying. Because I got a letter from a person before, and I know I heard this somewhere before, but it says people will forget what you said. They will forget what you did, but they never forget how you made them feel.
Yeah.
So I feel like when I leave this planet, I want more people to have great things to say than bad things. Somebody for sure not gonna like you. That's cool. But if we talking about 100%, at least it could be 90, man.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? At least it could be 90% good,
Mm-hmm.
So that's all I'm rooting for. That's all I'm shooting for.
Okay. So what's next for you, man? What are you planning? I know you have a lot of things going on.
There's so much going on right now. I'm driving my wife insane because I got the book, of course, Withheld Ambition. I'm looking for a new book signing. I got the merch Withheld Ambition. I'm putting hoodies, shirts. I got Pinky Ring Committee, which is my music management company I also created. Pinky Ring is an acronym because I am the KOA. They call me the king of acronyms. And the Pinky Ring stands for persevering inside negativity. Knowing your real intentions nurtures greatness. So I started that in this Satu, step your throne up. You know, our motto, if you ain't stepping up, you see it embroidered on the side. If you're not stepping up, then you fucking up. You know what I mean? That's really your fault, right? So we got music by Rico CMC, Louis Santana, Audemars Rari, FEB Chambo, and we doing something called the Valentine's Day Massacre on February the 14th, live at Bash, the first of its kind in Chicago. No music management team, no independent artist is doing what I'm doing right now. Like, I'm dreaming big, and it's going to be live streamed. So if you can't be there, you can go on Eventbrite, live at Bash, and purchase your tickets for only $10.
Yeah.
It's only 80 seats to be in person in Chicago. Up north of Chicago, on Berkeley Street, you'll see it when you go online, because I'm going to be advertising pretty soon. But this is a show that I created for myself, like, you know, the Valentine's Day Massacre, during the Prohibition days. I'm saying me and my artists are finna kill all whack MCs. We finna make you start rapping again, start being creative.
Yeah.
So you're going to see us out there with those flat brims, those Tommy guns, you know what I mean? And we're going to have the Valentine's Day Massacre, man, bringing a new era of hip-hop music. And, man, hip-hop ain't dead, man.
Yeah.
It's alive and well, man, you know. And like I say, I got the Walamo brand. You wearing a hoodie right now. Blessed you with, you know, write your own story. You know what I mean? 'Cause that's my motto, man. Write your own story, man. Don't let anybody tell you what to do.
That's beautiful, man. I like it. The branding is very cohesive, especially I can see it has a huge emphasis on accountability.
Yeah.
You know, all throughout it is like, that's what it is. Like every acronym is like a deep expression of like a mindset.
Like my company is Satu Legacy. All this is under Satu Legacy, which is step your throne up. It's your legacy, right? Yeah. So it's Satu Legacy. This is the company we pushing for you to step it up. If I came out of prison 24 years, 9 months and 5 days, right? And I was just on the yard doing pull-ups. We ain't even talking about my health issues. We didn't even get into that yet. Then I had 2 stent surgeries since I've been home. I got what you call an abdominal aortic aneurysm. Like every day I wake up, that means that I can die tonight. It's at 4.7 centimeters. If it gets to 5.3, it can burst, and I can die sitting here talking.
For real?
Yeah, real talk. And it's like that they say I could either live to be 70 or I could live to be tomorrow. You know what I mean? It's like they can't do nothing about it but give me checkups every 6 months to make sure that the aneurysm's not getting any bigger.
Does that affect your like mental stage? Just knowing like what is your mindset waking up every day?
Man, when I wake up, it's back on. She live with me. My cousin over there live with me. So I wake up in the morning, it's like, I'm woke. Yeah, you know it's on. That's how I feel for real. Because like, I didn't die. Your ass in trouble because I'm finna lap you now. You know what I mean? I'm finna get in your ass because you playing games. You let me sit in prison. You have many strokes. Then you let me come home and get 2 stent surgeries, 99.9% blocked both times, right? You let me do this, you let me do this, and you let me do this, and you're not inspired, you better wake up. I'm on your ass. I'm not on mine. You know what I mean? That's how I'm feeling. That's what I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm leaving. You're going to let the dude that took responsibility for his actions turn it around and turn himself to a whole boss. You're going to let him do that before your eyes, and you're going to say, well, I don't know what I'm going to do today. You better look what I'm doing and find out you let a convict do it. Hey, what they say? What would a convict do? Here I am.
As a man,
Take responsibility for the people, man.
100%.
All I'm about is inspiring. I'm about being innovative for real at the end of the day. When I was incarcerated, my wife asked me, is it the money? I said, it's not the money. Money will let me be able to do what I want to do, but it's about the legacy.
Yeah.
It's about showing people that it can be done for real under all circumstances.
Yeah.
I told the other day, I'm a real cop. I'm the KOP. I'm the king of pain. Because I'd have been through it all. And I'm still sitting there smiling every day. Probably could die tomorrow. Stents in me. You know what I mean? Back issues, degenerative arthritis, plantar fasciitis.
You still inspired.
Bullets and bullet wounds. And I'm still telling you, let's go.
That is inspiring, 100%. Makes you kind of feel like even what you're going through is like, it's always a way to push through. You know, there's always the other side.
Because the thing is, when you was born, you was finna die. Think about all the stillborns that didn't make it. Think about kids that died crib death. Think about kids that died when they was the Columbine kids. Like, we sitting here right now acting like death ain't happening. Death is the realest thing ever. It's the realest. It's a definite. You ain't got nothing else coming, but you got that. We all gone at some point. So what you doing right now? I ain't saying you got to get up every day and be super serious. Because I'm silly. I be having fun. I be dancing in front of with the baby, my goddaughter, with Gracie's corn. I be turned up. So I have fun. But I'm saying I'm not going to miss a moment to have life. That's what I'm trying to say.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah. And if I can catch you and give you something to leave, I'm gonna give it to you. I'm gonna give you whatever game whatever love you got, even if it's a listening ear. If you just want to rant, it don't mean I just have to give you something from me. I can give you something of me. Like, we talking about my parents and all them passing away. Over so many courses of years in the prison, I became the kind of like penitentiary elected grievance counselor.
Okay.
So if I was on location and your family member passed away or something happened, they would send you to me. Or guys would come, man, you know his father just passed away. Go talk to him. Like, because I'd have been through it and I done walked through it, so I know how you feel, and I know I can really relate. So it was one time, it was a young man, he was like 6 months from going home, and I was working in the hospital, and I came from work at like 6 or 7 o'clock at night, and he's like, this guy, his father just got killed. He locked in a cell, he ain't letting nobody in there. Go talk to him. I'm like, man, I'm tired, I just been pushing wheelchairs, I don't know if I want to. So I went around there, he was in the cell, he wouldn't even let his cellmate in. And I looked in there, and he was a big young guy, he was like 24 years old. He was huge, right? Like 6'3", 6'4", and he in there, tank top, he huge, right? And I just hit the door, boom, boom, hard. He turned around and looked at me. I said, open the door. He opened the door, he popped the door. And when I walked in, I didn't know what to say. Because I didn't think he was gonna open the door, right? So when he opened the door, I just did like this. And he came in and hugged me. We both started crying like crazy, because I can feel it. I felt how he felt when she was gone. And that resonated with him. So you fast forward, this is 2018. I'll be talking 2021, late 2021, I'm out. I'm in San Francisco, California. I work at a frame shop. My wife's best friend owns a frame shop to give me a job. Who of all people in California at a custom frame shop working. And I get a phone call from one of my other friends, like, can you take a FaceTime right now? Like, well, I just opened the shop so I can take a FaceTime, anybody here. And he got the young man on the phone. And he right there. And he said, you know that day you came to my cell and you hugged me, we cried and stuff like that? He said, yeah. He said, I had every pill imaginable under my pillow. And before you came, I was gonna take them all. And when you cried with me, it made me feel like, why he crying like that? It gotta be something for me to live for. So I didn't know he was finna, do that. I just know that's what I would have wanted somebody to do for me when it happened to me.
That saved him.
Yeah. He got a wife. He got a baby. He never went back to the street. He rapping, he modeling, he doing everything he said he was gonna do right now. So I saw that. I saw that happen. So I feel good about that.
Man, it seemed like you built up a lot of trust, camaraderie within that, and you were like, they relied on you. A lot of people relied on you within that, like the institution.
You got to find out what your purpose is. And if my purpose is to translate my pain to resonate with you, or to give you, like I said, that listening ear, or just show you that it can be done no matter what pain you're going through, because I got an acronym for pain, and it's persevering amidst inevitable narratives. Like, somebody passed away in your life, that's an inevitable narrative. At some point, your mother's gonna pass away, your grandmother's gonna pass away. So you have to persevere amidst. So when you have the knowledge that exists, I'm not saying you're gonna be able to just, when it happens, you're gonna be, oh yeah, straight, she gone. No, I'm saying you're gonna have to move forward.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to push, no matter what. And I give you days, I wake up, you see me crying right now, with days, I wish I could just call my mom and let her talk crazy to me. And say, this is what I got going on. Let her see what I got going on the outfits and how I'm dressed today. But I can't do it. I can't hear her voice. Could you imagine waking up one day, you want to hear your mother's voice, and you don't even know how it sounds anymore? I can see words. I can write music. I can't even hear my mother's voice right now in my head.
That's the scariest thing I ever heard. I'm not even gonna cap.
I can't even hear it. She passed away on December 5th, 1998, and I can even hear it in the deep recesses of my mind. I can recite poetry I wrote 15, 20 years ago, but I can't even hear my mother's voice. That's a real pain, man. I know the things she told me, but I can't hear her voice for nothing. I can't even hear it. I can't even hear the sound, man.
It's crazy to see, because a lot of people, if put in the same position, I don't even know like how I would have like been able to like, I mean, of course, like it's easy to say it when like for like, if I'm not in a position, it's like to see you persevere through that, like that's an endless amount of respect, to be honest.
I appreciate it, man.